Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the A40F podcast. For this week's topic, I really wanted to dive into the subject of what happens after you set your goals. Now, I know it's towards the end of February, and already most people have broken the New Year's resolution. That resolution might be working out and getting in shape. That resolution might be starting a degree. That resolution might be to find another job. That resolution might even be starting your own business. I imagine there are several goals out there that individuals have started to work on and now, for whatever reason, have stopped. And to be fair, there is a lot going on right now. Jobs have a certain level of uncertainty to them. Relationships seem to be harder to maintain due to all the different distractions that are going on around us. And overall, I, as well as you, just seem to be a bit busier these days. Now, I have set a few goals that I could do better about keeping. One of those particular goals, I'm writing a book, and I don't always hit my mark of the number of pages that I need to write on a daily basis. So that's something that I personally need to work on. But that particular mishap or misstep has caused me to really reflect on when we set a goal, what actually happens. I have another goal as far as training for a show, and even in that goal, I had to change what I was doing in my approach. This was a particular contest that I was set to enter and compete in for the month of March, but I just didn't feel like I was ready and needed more time. So I moved the show competition from a March show to a May show. And the truth is, when you set a goal, you had better be ready for life to challenge you to see if you really want to hit that goal. Life wants to see if you will really go after what you say you want every single day. Because every day you wake up, life is going to challenge you and dare you to stop doing what you need to do in order to accomplish the goal. As a matter of fact, I'm accepting of the fact that there is going to be opposition. And what I really have to learn, and what I hope you get from setting your goals, is that's what makes it so satisfying once you complete the goal. You have to be able to work through opposition, but once you do, the reward for that is truly amazing. I have to constantly change my perspective and reset my mind towards what I want to accomplish. I do have some steps that I follow in order to complete these goals, and I hope this will be helpful for you as well. I do the following things. One, I start with a challenging and compelling goal. I choose something that's really going to stretch my limits and force me to have to learn new skills in order to complete this. Second thing I do is I write daily tasks to help me keep me on pace and set a deadline for my goals. Without a deadline, the goal is simply a wish. Third, I not only write the goals and tasks down, I try to have pictures of the goal, and I try to put them up all around me to remind me of what I really should be focusing on. This is a big one, as distractions are there to get you to focus on this. So in order to not focus on distractions, you have to have a clear picture of what you're actually going after. Some things do require your attention. There are emergencies in life. But your goals should have a scheduled time for you every day to work on them. And you should make every single attempt to block out the things that would stop you from working on those goals on a daily basis. The next thing I have to remember is I have to fight the battle in my mind on a daily basis. And what that means is the biggest enemy that I or you have is actually us. So I have to ignore the negative and non-productive thoughts that come up. Block out the inner and the outer noise. As long as your goals are important to you, it really doesn't matter what anybody thinks. Let them laugh, let them talk. Doesn't matter. If it's important to you, it's important enough to accomplish. Matter of fact, those that usually talk negative at first are usually your biggest cheerleaders as you cross the finish line. They'll ask me why, it just happens that way. The next thing, I really believe I can do what I say I'm doing. There are times when I want to quit though, but I don't. The moment you feel like quitting, tell yourself, I can do this. And when you tell yourself that, believe that you can do it. You'll be surprised what avenues will open, what opportunities will come if you simply believe in what you're doing. I know it's tough, but guess what? It is worth it. And there will be ways to accomplish what you truly are working to try to accomplish and set out to do. You owe it to yourself to see this through. And finally, this last step, I have to say I'm still working on this. And that's resting when needed. And I'm not talking about just going to sleep, although going to sleep is big. You should get a decent amount of sleep at night. But along with going to bed and resting, I mean resting your mind. Schedule some downtime. Do something fun. Do something out of the ordinary. You need to be able to take your mind off the stresses and the different situations that will come up as you try to accomplish your goal. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And there are times when you need to take a deep breath, and there are times when you need to rethink the strategy. Because even though the goal is there, you might have to change how you approach the goal. But that's all a part of the journey. I'll leave you with a question for next week. What's a goal that you have set and you've allowed life's distractions to stop you from working on? Identify that goal and start working on it again. You never know where that goal will take you in the future and what doors are going to open up for you. So, with that, I'll leave you until next week. Thank you for joining me again on the A40F podcast, and we'll talk later.